afternoon, everybody. Here we are. We are back better than ever. It is, I am Otis,
And I'm Jerry.
and it's two guys catching up on football. Our weekly, I wouldn't even say it's like a roundup. Well, maybe I guess it is a roundup. But me and Jerry used to work together, and this was what our Mondays were. We'd catch up on football. They paid us the first 2 or 3 hours of every Monday to talk football, and we took advantage of it. So, so I wasn't sure if we were going um, to do the show today. Uh, we'll get to that later on because my buddy, well, you know. He needs to be more like me. I am not emotionally invested in the 49ers
Oh,
because
stop.
I know I'm not. Because
Yeah, but you don't watch.
I don't watch it because I'm not emotionally invested in it. If they win, hey, I'm happy for them. It has no bearing on my life whatsoever. And if they lose, well, I'm sorry for them, but again, it has no bearing on my life whatsoever. So whether they win or whether they lose, I don't care. So
You need to.
the Rams have
Your nose may be poking through the screen
no,
right now,
it's
Otis.
absolutely the truth. The Rams just scored from the four, and so they're an extra point away from tying it up. But if I know Sean McVay, he knows what.
He may go for it.
He knows what Shanahan's weakness is, and he might go for it and go for the win.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's possible. That
it's
would be a
possible.
McVay thing to
Yeah,
do.
it is possible. So anyway, I got red zone up there. But first off, we're going to get started with college football. The new top 25 is out, and really is unchanged because the top 12 teams are still the top 12 teams, I think. Yeah.
But didn't I would imagine Missouri slipped
No, they did not. Well, they're 11th. What were they before?
7?
Oh, okay. Then Missouri went down a little bit.
Yeah.
But according to the new playoffs, which I am redubbing the SEC Big Ten Championship, College Football
Pretty close.
Championship, because you have Texas, SEC, Georgia, SEC, Ohio State, Big Ten, Alabama, SEC, Tennessee, SEC, Ole Miss, SEC, Miami, ACC. How'd they manage to get in there? Um, Oregon is in the Big Ten.
Big Ten
Yeah,
now. Yeah.
Oregon is in the Big Ten. Penn State, Big Ten. Utah's in the Big 12. So how they got in there, I don't know. I looked it up today because I wasn't sure what conference they were in.
They're a favorite
Yeah,
there.
Missouri SEC and Michigan Big Ten. So ACC and Big 12 managed to squeeze two in there. But according to the the playoffs, uh, I guess bylaws would be lack of a better term. The top four seeds are the top four ranked um, conference champions.
They get a bye.
They get a
Yeah.
bye. So they could have one or two losses, but if they're the conference champion, they still get the bye, which is good. Which is good if they're still the conference champion.
It crossed my mind in the Michigan. Oh gosh, who did Michigan slip by? Uh, yeah, I'm drawing a blank. Anyways, Michigan, if they had lost, would have had 2 losses, with a potential third
Right,
coming at some point.
right.
And I thought, they'd probably still squeak in there somehow.
What you got, and I'm just going to go off the rankings here. So according to the rankings, Texas is one. So they're the SEC champions, so they'll get in. But
Yeah.
Georgia means they are not the SEC champions, so they don't get one of the top 4 spots. So the next one is number 3, Ohio State, the Big Ten champion. They get a spot.
Yep.
After that, you've got Alabama, Tennessee, and Ole Miss, which are all SEC. They're not Big Ten champs. I mean, not SEC champs. So the next
Right.
one is Miami, who would be the ACC champion, and they're number 7. So they get a spot. So then after that is
Yep.
Oregon, and we said they were Big Ten now, right? Oregon, Penn State is
Yeah.
Big Ten.
And it was USC who almost beat Michigan.
Right. And so Utah would get the 4th spot. They're the number ranked 10 team. But Utah's in the Big 12, so they would be the Big 12 champion. So that would be your 4. That would be your.
And they probably are the best team in that.
Yeah, that's your 4 buys.
Yeah.
And then your best of 5 gets a spot, or Notre Dame gets a spot in the 12-team field, because the highest ranked team. Oh, I take that back. The highest ranked team in the best of 5 is Boise State. They're number 25, so they would get the 12th and final playoff spot, unless they get ranked higher. So, in a way, it's kind of, it's not really very inclusive to all the teams. I mean, there's a lot of teams in college football, and it's still going to be the SEC and the Big Ten that get most of the playoff spots. So,
And that's how the powers that be probably want it to be.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, but we'll see. We'll keep track of it as the see. I want to. Well, next week Georgia and Alabama play, so that should be good. That should help to kind of weed things out. I think Texas is in the SEC West, and so they and Georgia could meet in the championship game. So it
Yeah, that'd be a good
yeah,
one.
that would be a good one to kind of sort. So things, I know you kind of get excited when they don't do things in the rankings as you would like for them to do, but
I
think it'll all get sorted out.
Yeah, I want teams. Notre Dame's a good example, and they did it correctly when they lost their first game to I can't remember the team now, but huge upset. It was one of the biggest upsets probably of the year.
It was Northern Illinois.
Yeah, and they deservedly pushed Notre Dame down quite a bit.
Yeah, they did. They did quite a bit. They moved back up again. Well, not by much. I think they moved them down to 18th, and they're 16th now.
Our shocker, I did take a look, is our Washington State Cougars, who are 3-0, are still not in the top 25.
Yeah. Well, they're in the Pac-12, so they don't have to pay attention to them anymore because there's really only a Pac-2. So, so they don't have to pay attention to them anymore. So, okay, to update you, the Rams just got a big punt return, I think. There's 42 seconds left.
Tied game.
Yeah, the Rams just got a big punt return, tie game. He caught it at the 15, and he's gone. I think he's down inside the 40 of the 49ers. So they only
still got to kick it.
They only got they got it at the 50. So they only got to move about 15 yards.
Yeah, and they'll be in range.
And he'll be in range. Actually, what they did, and they just got a pass interference call, so that'll move them down. Yeah, that game's over. Rams gonna win it. They'll win it with the field goal. 49ers
we know
49ers only got one.
That Shanahan had the lead.
Oh yeah, he had the lead by a lot. They were down 21-7 at one point, but they kicked They kicked one field goal since then. They kicked another field goal or they had another attempt to get a 10-point lead, and the kicker missed it. So they're like, yeah. So anyhow,
You're,
that's done and over with. So it's time for us to go. I'm sorry, I was getting my remote so I can turn that off.
well, we can do our quick
Yeah,
rundown.
we'll do our quick rundown here. So let's go.
Let's.
Let's see. Okay, here we go. All right, Jets and Patriots. I'm happy for the Jets. I'm not that happy for Aaron Rodgers, but I'm happy for the Jets because
No,
I like Robert Saleh.
yeah, I'm not a big. Neither of us are big Aaron Rodgers fans.
No,
I tell you, they looked. The Jets could be kind of a sleeper
it
team.
could
They're
be.
they're, they're not bad at all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it depends. So, and then we had the Giants.
especially
We had the Giants and the Browns.
huh? Did you? Oh, Giants and Browns. Wait.
Yeah,
Well, that one, I'll sum it up. The Browns had 6 yards rushing at halftime. I think 41 yards passing. I think I've seen better stats in high school games. And they had 2 plays at the end to gain 1 yard. And of course, Stefanski and Ken Dorsey threw it on the second attempt, and Watson missed the wide open guy, and the Browns lost. So.
all right, we'll move on. I don't want you to endure any more of that. All right, then we got the Eagles and the Saints. The Eagles actually played a pretty good game today for the most part, but they what they started doing was running Saquon Barkley more, and
Well,
they kind of took the ball out of Jalen Hurts' hands. He is playing horribly right now. He's throwing a lot of interceptions. I think this was his seventh game in a row with a pick.
wow.
And I think of those seven, I think half of them have been in the red zone and in the end zone. And so right now, he's not he's not seeing the reliever and the body. The body and the eyes are not working together right now. And so, but luckily they got Barkley, and I think he had one long touchdown run. I think 65 yards.
I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah. So that
I mean, that's a big pickup for them.
yeah.
I think you're the same. I'm definitely. You know what? If you don't need to throw, don't
No.
run the ball. Run first.
Yeah. The
You know,
49ers the 49ers did that in a playoff game with Garoppolo. He threw the ball 8 times.
oh, remember that?
8 times. Now, when was the last time you saw a pro quarterback throw the ball 8 times? So
Yeah, you don't have.
if you don't have to,
I mean,
don't do
I
it.
mean, yeah. Going back to, I thought it was actually pretty impressive. That Michigan USC game. I think Michigan passing yards might have been 40 yards
It
total
might
or
have
something.
been. I don't think he.
They ran. You were right. I know you texted me at one point and said Michigan might have 300 yards. I think they finished with about 293 yards rushing.
Yesterday, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, which is incredible.
And
Don't
it
throw.
doesn't matter how you win. You just have to win.
Yeah.
All
Yep.
right, Vikings and Texans. Sam Darnold, MVP.
He's our. We're through 3 games. He's our early MVP.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go on a limb here and give an assistant coach the Coach of the Year award, and it's going to Brian Flores,
Yeah.
the D coordinator of the Vikings,
Yeah.
because they baffled last week. Purdy walked away and said to Flores, "Your scheme is crazy."
Yeah.
And I think you said it today. Stroud was just as lost.
He was just as
They couldn't
lost.
figure it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was very confused. Yeah. So
So early Super Bowl favorite.
yeah, early Super Bowl favorite. And
Saw that
and the
coming.
Broncos handed the Buccaneers their first loss. I thought the Buccaneers, after they got that touchdown and kind of pulled themselves up, that they would come back, but the Broncos defense was
Well,
really good today. So
Now we both do like Baker Mayfield
Yeah,
as a
and
player,
every
but I'm still gonna go always back. There are games that Baker has where Baker is bad Baker,
yeah.
and when Baker's bad, it doesn't work. Yeah.
Yeah, but all quarterbacks go through that.
Oh,
It's
sure.
just going to depend how he bounces back. My early second pick for or my early pick for comeback player of the year, even though he was never gone, was in the Packers Titans game, and that was Malik Willis. He played exceptionally well today.
Yeah.
That was his revenge game on the Titans for keeping Will Levis instead of him.
Yeah, and you did call it Levis through his pick six.
I knew he was
Yeah,
going
and
to.
he's got his. I don't know if you've seen it, but he's got his own mayonnaise commercials now. I'm not sure if that's probably fitting in a way that he's
Yeah,
plugging mayonnaise.
and
But
you can't stare at a receiver for as long as he did in the NFL and not expect an NFL defensive back to
I,
jump the route.
I give teams like the Packers a lot of credit. You don't have Love, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
They go out and get the job done.
yeah, yeah. And then we had the Colts and the Bears. It was a decent game. I mean, um, um, what's the Colts quarterback's name?
Richardson.
Anthony Richardson. He
Yeah.
played decently, but he only played 4 games last year, so this is kind of still his rookie season.
Yeah, agreed.
And Caleb Williams was a rookie. I mean,
Yeah, and will
he
be.
was a rookie in the first game, and if it wasn't for defense and special teams, they'd be 0-3. So,
You know,
but he,
I'm not a Bears guy. I'm not a Caleb Williams guy. Wasn't in college. I'm not gonna be jump on the bandwagon that he's a bust.
no,
He's played 3 games at this level. Give him time, and we'll see what happens.
wow, you're gonna give him time? Okay, I guess we can mark that down on our calendars at 4:33 on
Hey, I learned
September.
that right. Didn't I think we did that with well, Stroud was real good last year. I'm not a Caleb Williams fan, but I do give. You can't judge a guy on 3 games at the NFL.
Wow, you said okay,
Yeah.
and trust me, folks, I'm not a
So
ventriloquist.
you can say my nose is going through the screen now, but
Yeah, I'm not a ventriloquist, so I was not throwing my voice behind that. Jerry did say that. Now we come to
yeah.
my lifetime coach of the year.
You, well, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, the Steelers beat the Chargers. The Steelers scored 20 points. I don't think in the last 2 years, I don't think they ever scored 20 points in a game. I think last year they averaged 17 points a game, and I think the year
Probably.
before, I think they averaged 13 points a game, yet he still got them to 10 wins. So,
The Steelers find ways to win, and that's Tomlin.
well, at this time, Justin
Yeah.
Fields threw the most beautiful pass on a crossing pattern. He hit the guy in the open window, and all the guy had to do was turn around and run, and that was it. And if Fields keeps progressing that way, Russell
Oh,
Wilson
Wilson.
will not see the field this year. I mean, he just
No, maybe
yeah.
Wilson can go quarterback the Browns because they need one. But I'm going to give Fields a pat on the back because he's 3-0. The Bears, who gave up on him, are 1-2.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Every game for him that he wins is a revenge game, whether he plays the Bears or not.
yeah,
So every
yeah.
game for him is a revenge game. And this game was not a good game. Seahawks Dolphins. Seahawks won. They got a 2-game lead in the division. So, and I'm not a big fan of the Seahawks, even though they got rid of Pete Carroll. So that's enough.
Yeah, Dolphins. I can't even think of who their starter was.
The Dolphins. Oh,
Anyways,
it was Skylar Thompson.
Yeah, they'll struggle. They don't have Tua,
Yeah,
so
they'll struggle quite a bit.
that's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we got Panthers and Raiders. Go ahead and say it.
Man, Big Red is back. He, he's another one. Send him to the Browns. He can quarterback the Browns. Dalton tore it up, I think, 4 touchdowns maybe by the end of the
I
day.
think
And
it's 3 or 4. I forget.
I would feel terrible because Dalton, I don't know how much he makes, but the Cowboys just gave Dak the most money of anybody. And since the Browns game, the Cowboys have not been good.
No, they
So
haven't. Which I think more it says more about the Browns than it did about the Cowboys.
it does
Yeah,
indeed. If
yeah,
the Browns could arguably be one of the worst. They might right now this week be the worst team in the league.
yeah, yeah. They might
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, some friend noted the Factory of Sadness has reopened in Cleveland.
Yes, it has. Yeah. All right, and we
Yeah,
got
under new management, but the same old product.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then we got the Rams getting the last second field goal, beating the 49ers 27-24.
Wow.
Um, again, and I'm going to
I,
say this: Kyle Shanahan, without McCaffrey and without Kittle and without Debo, is not a genius coach. I mean, Andy
no.
Reid is a genius coach. Purdy is
Yeah.
a pretty good quarterback. He's not Mahomes, but he's a pretty good
No.
quarterback. If Reid had the 49ers, even missing those
Ooh.
three, they would still be winning. And so that's
Probably.
that's my weekly grind on Shanahan. However,
Well,
I will not preface it. I will say,
yeah,
even though I believe that, who else are you gonna have? My only thought would be Lincoln Riley, and
yeah, no, that's
that would
true.
be my only thought. So other than that, I don't want to
Ugh.
read. I don't
Yeah, I
want to.
don't know if I could let you do that one. Yeah.
Well, no, I'm okay with it. He just has to make sure he has an NFL defensive coordinator. They'll put up points. I mean,
Yeah, no, I was gonna.
yeah,
Yeah, Lincoln Riley. After watching USC's defense, I don't know how close you want to
yeah. I
have
don't think he
Lincoln
does a
Riley in
very
there.
good job of picking a defensive coordinator. This guy's a little better than who he had before, but they're still not real good.
Yeah,
And then the Lions and the Cardinals. Smurf did his best. The Lions are just a better team.
yeah, Goff played well.
Yeah, yeah. But
I think what a well, the Bears aren't doing what people thought, but that's a tough division, right? With Vikings, Packers, and Lions.
yes, yeah. So
That could be a three playoff
that
team
could be.
division.
Vikings are 3-0. Packers are 2-1, and Vikings. I mean, Lions are
Uh,
2-1.
yeah, everybody's two and
Yeah,
one.
everybody.
I mean, Vikings are 3-0. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. So they got a good division. They just have to keep it up against the people that are not in their division. If they do that, all three teams will get to the playoffs. And
Yeah, they should.
if they split within the division, then all three teams
Yeah,
will
you're
make it
making
to the
me.
playoffs. Yeah.
And the with their I don't know. Oh, the Commanders play tonight, I think. Right?
Uh,
Because the
no, no,
East.
the Chiefs and Falcons are tonight. Uh,
Oh, the Commanders are
the
tomorrow.
Commanders and Bengals.
But the NFC East is the current leader is got to be Philadelphia 2-1, I
Well,
guess.
yeah, but the Ravens have the ball on their own 44, 33 seconds left. This doesn't show me whether the. Let me see if I click
Hmm.
on it. If it will show me if the Cowboys have any timeouts left. Okay, Cowboys do not have any timeouts left, so they probably used their last one. And yes,
Oh yeah, it's down by
it
3.
just went to all zeros. So then that.
Ravens got their first
Yeah,
win.
Ravens got their first win. So that's it for the Cowboys. So we got Chiefs Falcons tonight.
Yeah, crazy
The
league.
Falcons were really feeling their oats after that win last week, so they're kind of like, bring on the Chiefs, bring on. Oh, okay, I'm not
Well, we'll
exactly
see.
sure you
Yeah,
want to call out the bully, but
yeah.
okay. And then we got
Yeah. Well, they are in Atlanta, so they won't be doing the chop there.
yeah. So thank goodness. I'm sorry, I can't even
Right.
watch a Chiefs game because of that. I just can't even. I can't watch the Chiefs.
Be very simple
I
for
can't
them.
watch Florida State. I can't watch the Braves because they all do it and
Yeah,
it's
they
just
still
and it's
chop.
just
Yeah.
wrong. It's just wrong to do it. However, that is my opinion, and it is not shared by the network we're on. Wait a minute, we're not on a network, so
Yeah.
I
Right.
can give my opinion. So that is my
Yeah.
opinion. So anyway, we got the Jaguars and the Bills tomorrow at 4:30. They started these games right next to each other.
Now, why, what is the wisdom of doing this? I don't
Yeah.
understand. Are they trying to make people decide which game to watch, or is
Well,
it a
I
weather?
think I
Did they reschedule a game? I don't
no.
understand it.
I think one game is on ABC, the other game is on ESPN, and Disney owns both of them. So then it didn't really matter. So
Well,
you don't have to pick and choose. You can just just flip back
I
and
guess
forth.
I don't.
Yeah.
It's just
Well, yeah, that
ridiculous.
doesn't make sense, but hey, Goodell is bringing in the money, so they don't really
Oh,
care.
sure, he doesn't care.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they don't care. Owners don't care as long as still brings in
Oh,
billions of dollars for them. They don't care.
yep.
But anyway,
Yep.
that is our run through for college and pro football this week. So it was great talking to you and seeing you, buddy. I appreciate it.
Yep.
And
Always good.
yeah, yeah. So
Yep.
let me bring up our
Uh,
traveling music. Um, hold on. I got to bring it up here. Oh, wait a minute. All right, now here we go. All right,
this is
folks.
live.
Thank you so very much for another episode of Two Guys Catching Up on Football. I'm Otis,
And I'm Jerry.
and we appreciate you and see you next week. Ciao, Bella.